Good morning. Just down Interstate 44, about 3 hours from here, is a sobering reminder that this pandemic is far from over. On the 4th of July, Mercy Hospital in Springfield hit a record 116 patients hospitalized with COVID-19, forcing the medical center to borrow ventilators from other Mercy hospitals and open a second COVID-19 designated intensive care unit. Here, our hospitals are not feeling that kind of strain, but we are watching the rising numbers with great concern. In St. Louis County, our 7-day rolling average of COVID-19 cases jumped 35% in the last week. We're now averaging 90 new cases a day, and just a few weeks ago, that number was in the 20s. The new Delta variant is driving these numbers at a faster clip than our vaccination rate, and that's not good math, and it's a formula for a rapid increase in COVID-19 hospitalizations here. Getting vaccinated is the solution to this growing challenge. If you've been procrastinating, thinking about eventually getting a shot, now is the time to make it a priority. Getting a vaccine is a measure taken to save your life and those of your loved ones. Hospitals are reporting younger people in the COVID-19 beds, and these beds are being filled with those who are not vaccinated. I get it. Teens feel invincible. I'm young, I'm healthy, COVID won't get me. That's a common refrain. But let me add this. You can get very sick from COVID-19. This new Delta variant is even more contagious. And you can have the virus and not know it. You can bring it home to your parents, to your grandparents, anyone who's not vaccinated. And that's not a burden I would want to carry at any age. It's imperative that we get young people vaccinated before school returns next month. And because it can take more than a month to become fully vaccinated, now is the time to get a shot. Later this week, the St. Louis County Department of Public Health will announce details of its back-to-school immunization program. This year, a free COVID-19 test will be part of that program for eligible families. Eligible students can receive all their shots at no cost at our 3 public health department locations in Berkeley, Pine Lawn, and Sunset Hills. Students who get a vaccine can also get physicals or dental care as part of their services. And at each location, we'll be having extended hours and weekend hours to make it more convenient for families and students. Nurses will be on hand to answer any questions as well. It's not hyperbole to say that COVID-19 is an imminent threat to those who are unvaccinated. On Thursday, St. Louis City and St. Louis County issued a joint public health advisory on wearing masks indoors and in outdoor crowded spaces where social distancing is not possible. And Jefferson County issued a similar advisory. 60% of those in our region are not vaccinated and should be doing all that they can to reduce the spread of the virus. For those who are vaccinated, wearing a mask is designed to protect those who are not. Those who are vaccinated may be exposed to the virus and may not have any symptoms and pass it along to those who are not protected by a vaccine. The advisory issued by these 3 health departments in our region was done out of an abundance of caution. We have seen how bad this virus can get, and we don't want to get anywhere close to that dire situation again. It's unknown whether the large 4th of July gatherings added to the challenges to curb this virus. We know that in the next week or so, we'll find out, but hopefully the bump in the cases will be minimal. Our public health departments were hoping that by this point in 2021, they would be talking about cardiovascular disease or obesity or any of the public health issues that are endangering the lives of so many of our residents. And typically, that's where the health department's resources are focused. But COVID-19 remains a priority and is expected to keep our public health department and health departments across the country busy for the rest of this year. Before I go, I'd like to highlight two important vaccination events coming up. On Friday, the Health Department and the Department of Human Services will partner with Operation Food Search for a pop-up vaccination event in Spanish Lake. The event will be held from 10 a.m. to noon at the Center for Youth on the Rise, 12079 Bell Fountain Road. The Johnson & Johnson and the Pfizer vaccines will both be available, and walk-ins are welcome. A week from today, St. Louis County will partner with the City of Ferguson to hold a vaccination event at the city's firehouse. This is located on South Florissant Road. We'll have more on that event within the next few days, and for a list of all of our vaccination events, please go to stlcorona.com. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Doug?
I will ask, just to reiterate the priority of getting vaccinated now. If your kids plan on going back to school, is that going to be a mandatory thing for most school districts in the county? Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, the question is about mandatory vaccines. Some employers have made vaccines mandatory as a condition of returning back to work, and some colleges and universities have made vaccines mandatory for kids to come back to school. At this point, vaccines are voluntary in most places, but I would encourage you to check with your schools and see if their policy will be changing. But we recognize the importance of getting a vaccine, and St. Louis County is working to make vaccines convenient for everyone who's willing to take it. We recognize that they're safe, they're free, and they help us a great deal in protecting ourselves from the virus and protecting our loved ones.
Is there any thing that you can talk about for the vaccination plan that you all have? I know there's still an age group that can't be vaccinated, so is there any preview?
Well, as soon as the CDC, the question is about vaccination plan and what to do for kids that are not yet eligible, and we're anxiously waiting for the CDC to make vaccines available to those under age 12, and until then, we will be vaccinating everyone in middle school and high school as quickly as possible and make it as convenient as possible. We're taking vaccines in small groups and into neighborhoods where we know there is some hesitancy. We're working very closely with community leaders, clergy, institutions, opinion leaders in different neighborhoods in St. Louis County to try and break down some of these barriers to vaccinations and just make vaccines as available as possible. St. Louis County is also working on an incentive plan, and we'll be making some announcements on that within a week or so. And we're going to continue to work very hard to get as many people vaccinated in our community as possible. Okay, thank you.